And even though we didn't really want to take loan, but we had to. The
Lord instructed us.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
As the title of our video has said, this video is about five steps
of how the Lord financed our property.
All right, let's get into it. First thing, so I'm there bothering you,
yes,
right? But then you get the word from the Lord, say, yes, this is what you must do.
Okay. And then he said, if you want to go to the country, are you looking place, save money. So I started to put something up down towards paying. And then my cousin called, as we told you already, and we had 10%.
Right.
So we sent off the 10%. But guess what? The man wanted 100% pay down.
But we never know that.
We never know that. And he wanted people with cash.
Right.
He didn't want anybody who was taking loan.
Right.
So the fact that we sent off the 10% even before going and looking at the place, it tricked him. And he said, okay, these are the people to get the land. Hey, but then trouble down the road.
Right. So basically we were looking, so the Lord tell you to save. So that's our advice to you. You can't be looking and you're not saving, putting something away. The Lord not just going to find it out of thin air. Well, he does that sometimes.
Yes.
But that wasn't our story. Let me say that. The Lord instructed us to save.
Right.
So you started to put something away. Right?
Right. And even though we didn't really want to take loan, but we had to. The
Lord instructed us. We prayed about it and we saw that the only way to finance the property was to take a loan. This family hate loan. So we had a plan. You took the loan when?
I think I took the loan 2021.
Right. So she was the one that was working a steady job at KPH, and she took the loan. She took 2 loans.
Right. I took one from Sagicor and one from JN.
Right. Right.
So I took the one from Sagicor to pay to make a down payment because, but the man, he still was not pleased because he wanted all the money. But guess what? The title did not come through for the land as yet.
Yes.
So we used that and said, as soon as the title come through, you will get the rest of the money. Yeah. And he was saying the title is sure thing, he's going to get the title.
We're not sure about that.
No, because guess what? We didn't have all the money.
Right. We stood out on the title.
Yes.
Behaving like we have the money.
Right. And then by the time the title should come through, we got another loan. And paid it off. Same time. Paid it off.
Timing, I tell you.
And guess what? I left my job. And paid off. At that time now I sold the house in Portmore.
So no, you took the loan in 2021 and by early 2022 you left your work.
Right.
You retired.
Of course. Moving by faith.
So we don't know how we're going to pay this loan now. Well, we knew. We said she took the loan, Shan and I would pay it. Right? I'm working, I would just pay the loan. We knew that.
Right. And God just...
So you sold the house.
Right, we sold the house and then some of the money was used to pay up the first loan and then the rest to start building and buy some material.
The rest was used to pay the contractor.
Pay the contractor.
Right.
And buy a little material.
She bought some blocks and she bought like doors, toilet, face basin. We just went down to the hardware and whatever was left off what the contractor wanted, we said, okay, we're buying blocks and fixtures.
Right,
that's what we did. Fine. So that's what you did that time, right? And when we were renting, we brought those things down to that place and the blocks were delivered here. No. So we took loan. We're still on the loan. We always knew we wanted to pay off the loan. I was working at the hospital from 2021 to 2022.
Yes.
Right? Early 2021 to the end of 2022. So 2 full years. And that was the same time in 2023 now when they had some retroactive pay to give to us.
Right.
And I just took the money and paid some of the JN loan as well. Paid a lump sum, like half of the JN loan. Right. Or more, a little more than half. And I just put the money there. So you can't be in this and you say, oh, I'm going to get money from Retro.
Right.
I won't care.
Yes, I'm going on vacation.
I'm going to put rims. I'm going to do this. Like, you have to have tunnel vision.
Yes.
What are we trying to do? We're trying to be loan free. So let's do that.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And we did that and we are currently loan free now because of that mentality of we get our money, we are put down on this. We save up our money, we're putting it down on this, right? And that's how our family works well together, because we spoke about solar in the last video.
Right.
If we weren't together, my husband and I couldn't have accomplished what we have accomplished as a family together. I know mommy and daddy couldn't have accomplished the same thing. You want to say something?
Yeah, you know what I want to say, what I admire with you too, Stasia, as a young person, maybe you could buy a high-end car or just a high-end car, but you take something very minimal because you have a vision.
It's just
and I like that.
Point A to point B.
Right.
I know business. Even one time somebody said to me, you don't want more hospital duties, so you can't have a big vehicle. I said, no. I need to be able to spend time with my child, with my family. That is really secondary.
Yes.
It's very important for me to be with my family. So yes, I do it for sustenance.
It's not to show.
No, I don't have no time for that. I don't have a high-end vehicle, but that's not important.
Right.
My vehicle works fine and it's fine. So, we have to see what is important.
What is your priority? Yes.
Say that again.
What is your priority?
Yes, very important. So, you sold the house and you paid off Sagicor, as you say.
Right.
So you have to be willing to part with things. Some people would have said we'd have to rent out the house and whatever. I remember that was a conversation we were thinking about. And we said we're not renting anything because I don't want nobody mash up the house and they have to fix the house or Portmore. That's another expense. Yeah. Let's just sell, cut ties and come. Right? That's what we decided from a long time.
And you know what that does for me also? It's to sort of graduate me from the city. The fact that I would have the house there, I would have to be going back there to do this and
people
to do that. And people,
this pop
right. But the fact that it's only when I'm doing business in Kingston I have to go through Portmore, then I go there. And I really like that.
Yeah. So when we got into a hiccup and we realized that the construction couldn't something anymore, you mentioned this in the last video.
Yes, I prayed and the Lord had a piece of land for a long time and we sold it and it really helped us.
Right.
And the Lord was keeping it back for years for me not to sell it. He hold on to it.
Right.
And then now he said, it is time. So God is awesome. He sees the future. Even before you are there, he know you're going to need it.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing with the solar.
Right.
This thing was supposed to come through 5 years ago.
Right.
And 5 years later, right on time, 2 weeks after burial, when we're struggling.
And if it wasn't for burial, I would have other plans for that money. Because money always go and you always have plans for money.
It goes anyway.
Right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Good.
So you sold the land. So far, just recapping, right? Mommy started putting money away. She paid down. Then the Lord led us to take loan. Fine. Remember now, all this time, Shane and I are working. So we are working to still sort out the family's expenses because we still have to live. We still have to eat, buy gas, buy food, pay our bills. So we are working and doing that. And they sold their house. She and Daddy, they sold their house, paid the contractor. We know, I forgot this, Sean and I financed the materials.
Okay, yes.
Cement, steel, if you
everything.
Know, you know. Materials, man, it's crazy. I think that was one of the most expensive part of building.
Yes.
Materials. And sometimes the contractor might come back and say, boy, we need more money. So you have to think about those things. We financed the road. So we financed by working while they financed with their retirement, basically.
Right. And we said we want to secure the place. We needed a gate. We don't want everybody to just walk in like that. So we... Talk about your friend now. You have a
friend. So how did I meet him?
Yeah, he was your contractor recommended him to you to do something at your office.
He came to my office as a patient,
okay.
And I met him. And I don't know, he's a Seventh-day Adventist, sweet soul, very nice man. So I was just, based on where he lived, I was asking, does he know my contractor? I'm saying, yeah, man, I know your contractor. Then I asked my contractor about him. And he said, oh, this man works good and stuff like that. And he does this, that. He told me he does gates and stuff like that. And I said, okay, he's the person that I'm going to use to do my gate because he came so highly recommended. He's somebody that works all over the island. Sometimes in Ghana, St. Anne, another time he's in a small island. I can't get through to him. So he did some work on my office. And that was what made me know this man works pristinely. There was no dust. He cleaned up afterwards. Even you came down there and said, wow, this man works good. So he did some work at the office and I said, okay, great. Then now, I said, he's gonna do the gate for me. So we wanted a gate down the road. Because, you know, yes, and up here.
And you see the gate right there? Because
it's okay. And you see the gate right there, what?
And the gate has to be wanted to be here because we have dogs.
Right.
So we don't want them to run over
we don't want
the road and get poisoned because the other ones got poisoned.
Right.
Security.
So Sky is saying that we have dogs and we didn't want the dogs outside, but I didn't have the money to think about a gate like right here. So I said, let me just at least finish the property, because sometimes cows would come on and eat out crops and stuff like that. Right. And so we said, okay, and dogs were coming in and troubling our dogs too. So we said, you know what? Let's get a gate for down the road.
And one time, one cow, when we was driving down the road and doing something, when I was going to school, one cow in his bush. One cow will go in his bush and eat everything.
In Grandpa's bush?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sky. That's Sky's observation. She realized that we needed gate. So I wanted the gate down the road. I wanted a simple zinc gate because I thought of economical. Because as I said, I don't have the money. So I brought him to measure the gate down the road. And then I just said, you know, we need a gate for right here, but I wanted to just measure it for me. Just measure right here for me. I don't have any money. Just measure it. We're gonna do down the road first, but measure this so you can start. He came, measured down the road, and he came up here and he measured, and he said, but you must be lucky or blessed or something. So I said, why? Why would you say that? And he said, because I already have a gate made for this dimension. It was so shocking to me. He said, I already have a gate, right? Now, when he said, I already have a gate, this is the gate. When he said, I already have a gate, right? I looked and I said, what do you mean by that? He said, somebody wanted a gate to be made and they got the gate made and then they made some sort of something there on their fence, adjustment on their fence, and it no longer fixed. He said, I've had that gate in my yard for 3 years. When I live here 3 years. So the Lord know the dimension of this place. And he made a gate for us for 3 years. And he said to me, and I said to him, well, I don't want that gate if it doesn't have an ease, right? Ease up there, mommy, and show them the ease. Literally, the gate has an ease. I don't know if you can see that. We can walk right through there, so, right? You can go and show it to them. Just touch it.
Right here.
Right here, it's an ease we can walk through. Who could it be but God? And he said to me, when I'm finished with the gate down the road, he told me his price. And he said to me, when I'm finished with the gate down the road, I'm going to take it. Whenever you have the money, you pay me. And that's exactly what he did. He put the gate down the road, and then he come and he put this up here, and I paid him when I had the money, which was months later because I never had it. Save it up and pay it. So God has financed this property, has financed different things for us that we cannot even imagine, and we just see him working. And that's how you know you're on God's path. You just see him work for you. Providence. Those things falling into place. To begin, we needed a plan. And we made a plan. We stuck to our plan.
Yes. We didn't divert.
We said we're going to settle all loans, like different things. There are still things that, for example, we make a fence. The fence is too short. The dog is jumping over the fence. We need to up the fence. We don't have no time for that right now. But there are still things that we need to do. In Beryl, I realized, oh my, we never considered a garage. Because we said we're not living in the garage, but our cars were outside and we were fretting for them. Nothing happened to them, thank God. Nothing blew and hit them. But we see that we need a garage. So there are still things.
And even the windows, water comes through the windows. So we think maybe we need some shutters or something like that.
Yeah,
to prevent, right.
Because
so,
to replace windows is too expensive.
So we will always be doing something continually, but we can live with it.
Yeah. Whatever we can live with, we live with. Nothing is going to be perfect. Learn that. It's so not perfect here. The yard is still full of dirt and there's a lot of rubble that we need to clear out, and we need to get somebody to concrete. There are a lot of things that we know we need to do.
But what we're happy, we have godliness with contentment, and that is great gain. And we are very happy, we are very thankful, and we are very contented.
Right.
And that's what makes us.
Right. And we are where God wants us to be. thank you so much for watching our video. I hope you learned a lot. Is there anything you'd like for us to speak about? Is there anything that you'd like to add to what we have said as it relates to how to finance your property? This is how God led us. This is not necessarily how God will lead you or has led you.
Yeah, yes.
Everybody's path is different.
Right.
So listen to God, talk to him, know how he speaks to you, and follow in that path.
That, this, and have fun and there. Yeah, but don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for other videos. God bless you. Bye-bye.